What is up, ninjas? My name is Sam World, and today is episode 4 of the Dirtybird track start to finish in FLSTUDIO20. Now guys, today is going to be a very fast video. We're going to input the vocal, we're going to process it, and then that's going to be it, because I have to do a feedback live stream for you guys. So I want to get this video out before I start the live stream, guys. So it's going to be really quick. We're just going to learn a little bit about vocal processing, where I got the vocals, and my tips for that. Now we got our first back comment of the series, guys. First back comment. Now the reason I bring this up, guys, is while you might not be on YouTube and get one comment that might ruin your whole day, while you have 100 good comments, you know, you are your own worst enemy. So you might start kind of doubting your idea, doubting yourself, going like, all right, I've been working on this track for about 3 days now and it doesn't sound as good as this track. And then, you know, you start going like excuses, and then you just stop working on the track. Keep in mind, no track sounds good as you're developing it up. It's not going to sound as good as a finished track, a finished outcome, guys. So you got to fight through these little periods of time where you're going to be like, yo, this isn't as good and blah, blah, blah. You know, finish the damn song and then you can say that. Don't let that get into your brain again, because at the end of the day, if you don't finish a song, you're not going to know what could have been. And if you don't ask that girl out at school before the year is over, then you're not going to know what could have happened, and you're going to be like me in middle school, imagining little happy memories in your head and going like, man, that could have been a reality. All right, guys, so welcome back to FLSTUDIO20 or Splice. So I wanted to show you guys Splice real fast, just to show you how I find my, I guess, vocals for tracks. And a lot of times it might take a while. It might take an hour. It might take 2. It just depends how lucky you get with it. So what you do is you go to instruments here in Splice. You're going to go to vocals. Now, one of the things I want you to do from there is choose if you want a female or a male. Once you have that, you know, you can go for spoken words, whatnot. But the thing I want you guys to do is to get rid of this popular setting and go to most recent or most relevant. The reasoning for that is if you go with popular, you're going to get the most downloaded vocals people have been using, and you're going to recognize a lot of them. And the thing is that it's always best to find vocals that haven't been used yet, rather than just going for what everyone else is using. So when you go into, again, that setting of being, you know, relevant or recent here, this is going to give you the new vocals that have just come out, rather than going through those all, and then you can try and find something cool. So if we hear this one here, media. So I like to have a little bit of here of a splice. You know, I'm currently running the $13.99 a month because I got some more credits to buy the Cashmere sample pack, which came out to $22, which isn't that bad. But I usually have this setting here of 100 monthly sample credits just for vocals, again, because it's better to go here and find one sound that you can pay maybe like a couple of cents for if you think about it, rather than buying a $20 pack or a $40 pack and not finding anything you like. So that's one of the tips I'll give you off the bat there, guys. I really like this. So whenever I need a vocal for a track, and a lot of you guys are always asking, yo, Sam, where do you get your vocals? This is where I get them. So going back here, we're going to go to Splice. I did find one I like, and I'm just going to use this one called I Like the Way You Make Me Feel. We're going to be dropping it in this song and going from there. So this is where it's going to come in. It's going to be over here. Okay. So again, guys, tomorrow we're going to be doing more of a mix on this track so that everything sounds good, and then we're going to be doing a master, and then after the master we're going to finalize. We're going to go through the song, go like, all right, this doesn't make sense, this makes sense, this needs to be changed, blah, blah, blah. All right, so keep in mind, this is not the final outcome yet, okay? We're still working our way to the final outcome of this track. So let's go into it. So I Like the Way You Make Me Feel. We're going to drop that in. So let's see how that sounds like.
I like the way you make me feel.
Yeah, that sounds a bit off, like it needs to be more here.
I like the way you make me feel.
So you can kind of hear it's a bit off. So let's click here on the top left of it and fit to tempo. Maybe that will help. And we are in 125, so I'm going to go with
I like the way you make me feel.
Still not good, so let's go pitch correct sample. Been watching tutorials, so I know that this is how we would warp the vocal. So cool, we have it here, and we're just gonna warp this, okay? So
I like the way you make me feel.
See, that's how it sounds. So we're gonna move that.
I like the way you make me feel.
So the reason I'm going here, guys, is because usually when you have a vocal, the last word can either end on a little bit before the 2 hit, as you can see, like right there. So usually when you do fills, you know this is a perfect spot to end it, so that it doesn't go, I like the way you make me feel, and then the drop comes in. So that's why we're going here in the middle. I'm gonna move this to the right as well.
I like the way you make me feel. 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 I like the way you make me feel.
I'm gonna move this as well to the right so that it's a bit long.
I like the way you make me feel.
Yeah, because the other one sounded too fast. We're gonna move.
I like the way you make me.
And again, we're just getting everything on beat here real fast.
I like the way you make. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me.
Maybe.
I like the way you make me.
You can see this one's gonna be a bit problematic there.
I like the way. I like the way you make. I like the way you make me.
Can we switch the? I haven't looked at a tutorial. If we can switch the dividers. Maybe that's gonna be added somewhere. Rename color, change. I don't see. I can't see that change. Maybe if I get closer. Nah, it still doesn't.
I like the way you make me. I like the way you.
It's gonna have to be in the middle. Alt, maybe. There we go.
I like the way you make. I like the way. I like the way you make me feel. 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 I like the way.
I like that. So we're gonna send that to the playlist here by clicking this guy. Now we can close that and just go here. Boom, boom. Now it's gonna be located right here, as you can see. So let's get rid of this guy, and you're gonna see the warp markers there. So this is the one we have. So now it's gonna sound like this.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
All right, so we're gonna pretty much process that vocal. We're gonna route it to a channel, which probably is gonna be all the way to the right here on this guy. So we're gonna click on it, go back to the mixer. Man, I suck at these guys, but I'm getting better. I promise, I'm getting better at it. So Control Alt, we route it there. Let's rename that to a vocal, and then we'll just put like a red color on it, or nah. Let's go yellow. There we go, vocal. Okay, so usually with sample pack vocals, the best thing you can do is honestly use CLA Vocals from Waves, which is a $30 plugin, and we're gonna find it here on the right side. So the reason that I want to go with that is because usually CLA Vocals does the job right. Like, you don't really need to do much after it besides maybe a couple of more compressions, as I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna go CLA Vocals here, which should be found this guy right here. So we're gonna drop that there. Okay, and we're gonna fine tune it, of course. So hopefully it opens up. There we go.
I like.
Okay, so it's gonna get louder, so let's lower it a bit. Whoops, not that one.
I like the way you make me feel.
So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna load maybe a little bit of a spaceman there. I like to get rid of the reverb and this guy. I'm fully mono. So let's see how that sounds.
I like the way you make me feel.
You notice how much tighter it sounds like. There are some little clicks in that sample though.
I like the way you make.
Right here.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
Yeah, it's gonna be that guy. Maybe we can change that.
I like the way you make me feel.
So we're gonna change the vocal a bit. You can see this guy here.
I like the way you make
me feel. I like the way you make me feel. I like the ending of it. I just don't like the middle part. If you guys know of a way that I can alter this without making again a new one, let me know.
I like the way you make me. I like the way you make me. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
The thing I don't get is why when we have it in NewTone it sounds fine, but when we have it over here it doesn't really sound that great.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
If you guys can answer that question for me, that'd be awesome. As when we get to the finalizing stage, we're gonna fix this vocal. But for now, we're gonna have the vocal there because again, we want to keep it moving. And I don't know how I would approach fixing that because I don't know FLSTUDIO20 that much. So if you guys can answer that question for me, that'll be fucking awesome. All right, I see NewTone and Edison is now on the master, but I don't want them there. Why do I need them there? So I'm gonna get rid of them. There's no reason for these guys to be there.
I like the way you make me feel.
So I'm going to use as well Vocal Synth 2 to see if I can add anything interesting to this synth. I like to use this guy just because it has a very nice feel. And I like the polyvox setting, which is mainly going to be a pitch changer, but I think it keeps it in key. That's the cool thing about it.
I like the way you make me feel. 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 I like the way you make me feel.
We're gonna put one more compressor, and I think I don't have it set up yet, the C4. I mean, yeah, I really like it just to really fine-tune everything on that vocal. There's a little preset here called Vocal that really gets it right, almost pretty good. So it does a little bit of that upwards expansion on it. What that means is instead of compressing down, it's gonna compress a little bit up. So
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
Sorry, it's gonna be going down, but the input, as you can see, is set up a little bit higher.
I like the way you make me feel.
And this is a multi-band compressor, and I love the way how it's really tight the vocal. So we just got to get the volume.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
I think the last thing we need to do is just a bit of an EQ. So we're gonna go with the fruity one. All I really need to get rid of is the lows I'm not using.
I like the way you make me.
Maybe a little bit more body.
I like the way you make me feel.
Usually around 250 is where the body of a vocal is. Too much of it and your vocal will sound like too mumbly, and too little of it and your vocal's gonna sound very thin. So you gotta be careful with that.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
All right, so I'm gonna have the vocal do more, but let's see if I can add some delay and chorus to it, and it'll sound tight. Keep in mind that signal flow is very important. We already talked about signal flow, so if my vocal synth is first, the CLA and the C4 are gonna act on it really hard. You're gonna be able to hear those delays from miles away, baby, miles away. So beat match that.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
Cool thing is, since we have CLA going straight down, it's monoing the important part of the vocal, hopefully, and everything else, like the delay, is going wide where it needs to in the stereo field. Usually, a lot of mixing engineers say everything should be mono, but you create that stereo field by panning and using delay and reverb. So that's a cool way, and I would do that with these kind of tracks. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna have this vocal go there.
I like the way you make me feel.
So right here, I wanted you make me feel. You make me feel. So I kind of want that vocal doing that here throughout the drop. So we're gonna have that.
Me feel. I like the.
We're gonna have it right there.
I like the way you make. I like the way you make me feel.
There we go.
Make me feel.
You can see it's so off though. You can tell now it's off because we got that part that I'm really like, I don't know about that, my dude. So you can see, you know, that's something that we need to fix. But what is the fix? Make me feel on that part. Maybe we can do it right now. Fuck it. We're gonna try and fix that because that is bothering me a lot. And I don't know why the fuck is that there. All right, so okay, so I think it's the middle part here. Make me feel is the part that's fucked. It needs to be more to the left. So let's try it one more time. We're gonna click.
I like the way you make me. I like the way you make.
That's gonna be a lot better.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. I like the way
feel.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way. I like the way you. I like the way you make me feel.
I like the way you make me feel. I'm a bit iffy on it, so that's why I'm kind of saying it over.
I like the way you make me feel.
We'll send it to the playlist. Get rid of that. We'll put this one in.
You make me feel. The way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
So let's drop this to the vocal.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. You make me feel.
And we're just gonna move that to the right. There you go.
You make me feel.
So much better.
I like the way you make me feel. feel.
You can kind of see it has you, so I think it's just this part here.
You make me feel.
It has this very harsh cut to it. It needs to fade in, so I don't know. I think we click here, edit sample, maybe. No, I just need a fade in it. I need a fade in it, ain't it? Okay. Automate crossfade, maybe. Nah, no. No, I don't want to automate the volume. I just want to have this. I'm gonna make it unique. God damn it. Okay. It's cool. We'll leave it as is. We're gonna finalize, but if you guys could give me some tips on how to get rid of that click, it just needs to like have a little fade to it. That's the only thing. But in Ableton, we can do that really fast. So that's the only thing I'm.
You make me feel. You make me feel.
I'm not gonna add the vocal here because there's just too much going on, but in the first part is fine. But as we get over here to this break, I am gonna add it before we go into it, so that it's kind of like you make me feel. So again, we're gonna add that here in the song.
You make me. I like the way you make me feel.
Now I do want this to go make me feel. So I kind of wanted to just, you know, duplicate there. So we're gonna hit that. Someone told me this switch shortcut called Control B. Oh fuck, if I can. Look at the magic happen, as he commented. Look at the magic happen. All right. So we're gonna automate this stuff down right now. So we just gotta 4 bars, pretty much. All right, so let's get that there. I am gonna put another EQ. This is mainly gonna be for the pretty much that effect. So click on frequency, create automation clip for it. The cool thing about FL, I think right now, is when you do the animation clip, I like how it drags all the way out like this, so I know I can do it here. That's the cool thing about it. But the thing is if you don't have the song done and you do an automation clip, I don't like how it doesn't fill it out, you know. But again, how would able to know how long your track's gonna be, so I can see that. So here. Okay, so I'm gonna name this not auto name. Well, yeah, I can auto name it. It'll make sense. EQ2 vocal band 7. All right, cool. Again, you know, a lot of this is automation to make it sound more pro, rather than just having like to make it sound like it flows and it helps more with the transition. We need to do a lot of these like automations. Gladly, you know, I'm getting a good feel for FL a little better, so it's helping. So we're gonna use Endless Smile as well. We're gonna move it, and then we're just gonna go tools / tweak, then do an automation for that as well. Edit, create automation clip of that. There we go. Okay, it's gonna be that one, so we're gonna auto name. There we go. And the thing happens here, so we're gonna put that there. We want it to go a little bit more though. Of course. Whoa, did I? Ah, man, I messed up. This is on the train horn. All right, let's see. I guess we'll make a new channel, call it train horn. I messed that up. So we're just gonna insert there and then just get that train horn vibe, I guess, here. Move that just up the channel. There we go. Just rename that to train. All right, so I like.
I like the way you make me feel.
All right.
I like the way you make me feel.
I just want the low rumble of the voice. Oh, want to like the low. We're gonna make this go a little bit more. One more, I think, should be the one we want. So one more.
I like the way you make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
I'm gonna move this up.
Make me feel.
All right, and we're gonna add those "You Make Me Feel" again, because right there we don't really have those really crazy ass fucking bam 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 sounds. So we're just gonna click there. We have that bad boy, and we're just gonna have it here.
I like the way you make me feel. You make me feel.
Usually I like to use those vocals to let people also know, like, hey, something's gonna happen, especially when you give them the full vocal and they've been hearing every time the full vocal hits in the track, we get like this change to the patterns and all that. So we're gonna have it.
I like the way you make me feel. You make I like the way you make me feel. You make me feel. I like the way you make me feel.
All right, so at the end of the song, I do want the vocal too. That's to end it, because the me feel ends right there.
I like the way you make me feel.
So the song ends like that, right? So now we just need to do the intro. So I'm gonna have a lot of to go.
Feel.
Intro 2.
Feel. 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 You make me feel. Feel. You make me feel. You make me feel.
And then, you know, as we progress, we're gonna give it more and more here. These are a bit off, I could definitely tell. So if you guys have any tips again for the warping, let me know, because we really are gonna have to get this, or else I'm just gonna bring this into Ableton, warp it right, and then just bring it into FL again to do with all this.
You make me feel.
I think it's just the timing.
You make me feel. I like the way you make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel. I like the way 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 you make me feel.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for the vocal work of this track. Again, I have to get to the live stream, but I'm going to fix the timing issues on that when I get done with the live stream. I won't show it on video, but it's just a simple fix, making sure it's shifted properly, because I just put it in like that. But it's just going to be, these are the ones we're going to have to focus on. Everything else seems to be pretty decently, but again, if you guys have any tips on vocal warping in FL, make sure to leave them down in the comments, guys, and I'll see you guys next time, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the song. Tomorrow we are going to get into mixing it so that it sounds good, and we're going to be using a neat plugin called Reference to help us do that. Alright, you guys take care, ninjas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or in the live stream in a couple of minutes. Peace out.